Monday Night Football is another loss for the Dallas Cowboys. They drop another game, another big one at home, 34-10. We will talk a lot about the outcome of today's game. I think a pretty bad job by your head coach in particular that kind of overshadowed some good things that had happened. But maybe your bigger storyline, all of the injuries hitting the Dallas Cowboys in this one. First was Jake Ferguson. He left early with a concussion. Quickly ruled out, by the way. Tight turnaround. I would assume you do not see Jake Ferguson next week against the Commanders. He is out early. Doesn't bode well. Tight turnaround. Assume he's not going to be able to go. Markquese suffered a pretty nasty injury on a special teams tackle. Made the tackle, but his arm went flying that way. And that's not how the forearm, shoulder, they called it a shoulder, like forearm as well, is supposed to work. So I would assume he's going to miss some time, which sucks. They're going to play him more. That's how it goes. Bell is out. Tyler Guyton, who I will say, I thought played very well, except for one really horrible, terrible, no good, what are you doing play. Gets beat for the sack. That's the only time he got really beat in pass pro all game long, it felt like. And then catches the fumble that he helped cause, and then fumbles the ball for a Texans touchdown. Hurt his shoulder apparently on that play as well, so we'll monitor that one. Austin Richards came in and also got a sack immediately. Zack Martin got smoked on one play and then hurt his ankle on the next play, so details TBD on that front, but he got hurt, so TJ Bass subbed in. So you were down to your backup left tackle, your backup right guard. Then Tyler Smith also got hurt. He got his ankle kind of bent up on, left the game in the fourth quarter with an ankle too. So you lost 3 offensive line starters. You kept in your 4th and 3rd or 5th best ones. I don't know. You're down your top 2 maybe. Martin's been very good this year. All the injuries overshadowing or helping to cover up the sun in the eyes of the Cowboys fans and the roof that was falling apart. Ugly game. Injuries added to insult in this one. So what is your one-word reaction to the Cowboys versus Texans game? I think tank is going to be a good one as well. So maybe a very popular one, I should say. So one-word reaction. Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Let's talk takeaways. I do have takeaways. Number 1, Mike gotta go. That was your game plan? Really? I don't understand what Mike McCarthy is trying to accomplish. You threw the ball 55 times tonight. You had 60-plus dropbacks of Cooper Rush. Why? Why are you doing that? And look, I get that they got behind, but they got behind late in the fourth quarter. They were not trying to run the football at all. They continue to say, Cooper Rush, go throw it a bunch. Guess what happens? Cooper Rush ain't good enough. I don't understand why McCarthy's like, yes, let's throw the ball 55 times, have 60 dropbacks with Cooper Rush. That's just stupid. Like, nobody thinks that plan is going to work. That's going to work for you? No. Stop it. That's just bad game planning. They also only ran the ball up the middle because the Texans we put is on the outside runs. They did some fun stuff last week on the ground game. They did some of those pistol sets. They did some outside runs. They go up the middle again this week. Give the ball to Deuce Fan up the middle. Why? I'm actually fine with him taking points off the board on the one play. You get a first down, that's fine. You should have kicked the field goal. Your go-to 4th and 2 play is the sprint out right. Stop it. That doesn't work. It has not worked for this Cowboys team. And Mingo got open. Rush missed him. There was holding on Luke Schoonmaker anyway. He's bad. Mike McCarthy, in a make-or-break year, has leaned in to the things that he wants to do, that he thinks works, and they don't. This game scores the score. You might have been more competitive if you were healthy. Honestly. Your coaching has sucked on offense all year long. It has been putrid. This is an example. Those in-game decisions, the game plan, that is why Mike cannot come back. Because he is not doing a good job. And he's not going to come back. It's a matter of when. Maybe after the Thanksgiving game, if they lose to the Giants, he might get fired. Do you want Mike McCarthy fired? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments of today's show. Takeaway number 2. This was also kind of a duh. Boy, Cooper Rush was bad. He was actually, I thought, pretty good in the first quarter. And he got hit one time and kind of panicked the rest of the way. And he threw a lot of balls that should have been picked off. He was bad accuracy, bad ball placement. He threw for 355. 6.4 yards per attempt is not exactly very good. Like, you got to be better than that. It just, he's a backup. That's who he is. And if the ground game is good and the defense is good, you can win games with Cooper Rush. And if your play calling and game plan is good. Adopting a we will let Rush deal game plan is stupid. Why would we think that? And he only threw 1 interception? It could have been 4. Or multiple drop picks in this game that could have easily been caught. Lamb and Mingo both got hands on balls to break up picks in this game. Like, I'm sure that the passing chart for Cooper Rush sucks. He completed, I got it right here, 3 passes beyond 15 yards in this game. Come on, man. I want to see Trey Lance. I do. There's no downside to it at this point. Make it more fun. This offense is boring. That's a damning indictment on what Jerry Jones wants to. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It is the best place to get real money sports action. Over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You simply pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Available in 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. It is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. So if a player goes down the first half, doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. It looks like this. The Mixon rushing yards, by the way, got there with ease. The Rico Dowdle receiving yards was a good pick. But he only got, in the end, 6. Elliott had 16. Deuce Vaughn had 4. So there were a lot of yards for the backs, but just didn't happen. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS to get get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That is guaranteed, by the way. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Number 3 takeaway. You had a big play from KaVontae Turpin, a 64-yard catch and run, very impressive. Imagine that, using your small, fast receiver on a slant route instead of comeback routes and vertical routes. Fastest player from the GPS perspective all year long. Why don't you do more of that? Why did you run that play to Turpin and then never go back to it the entirety of the game? Come on. Again, your head coach sucks. Number 4, the defense hung around for most of the game. They had a couple bad gashing runs from Joe Mixon. Stroud was 23 of 34 for 257 and a pick. Wasn't a great game from Stroud. You obviously, the 77-yard scoring drive is bad to begin. You get an interception to stop them. 10 play 63 is bad. You're down 14. But then it's field goal, it's punt, it's a field goal, it's a punt, and you're only down 10. And then after you should be down 7, and then you have a fumble touchdown, and then it's a punt and a late game touchdown with the game at hand. Your defense hung around again. They gave you a shot in that game. They allowed a couple big plays. That's not good. Mixon ran all over them with a couple big chunk runs. But they hung around. But when your offense is not good and they can't score and they can't sustain drives and they refuse to run the ball, It's just not going to work for you. So grade the Cowboys against the Texans. A, B, C, D, or F. This is if you want them to win. A for tanking, F for the on-field result, though. Once again, how is this team so undisciplined? They had 3 fewer yards all game than the Houston Texans did. Sounds weird, right? But they had a lot of penalties. They were 0 of 4 on 4th down. They had 9 penalties for 66 yards. They had 2 turnovers. They had 2 fumbles on 1 play with the Tyler Guyton calamity. Steele got smoked late in the game. O-line was decimated. You had another flag on special teams. You just had terrible game planning. You just made too many mistakes again. And that's a consistent issue for this Dallas Cowboys team. Now, we will be here and live again in, when this goes out, 16 hours? Today, Tuesday morning. Hit that sub button. YouTube.com/CowboysTV. All right, keys to victory / defeat. Did they happen? Better quarterback play. Yes, but not good enough. Defense carries you. They tried for a little bit. And they did for a little bit. And then it got out of hand in the fourth quarter. Again, they allowed 20 points through 3 quarters. With all your injuries, that should probably be enough. Let Rico run. They did not. They let Rush deal, which is a weird game plan decision. Real offensive design. Moments of it, not consistency. Some young guys flashed. I thought Turpin did. I thought Flournoy made a couple nice plays. Overshaw, I think even Butler played okay. Smith had a couple of good plays, some bad plays. Overall, Price still one of his top 5 games this year. Very, very low bar. Some guys did. Mingo caught no passes. Is what it is.